Today we are going to explain a very basic problem, which is a user profile editing problem. This problem could be asked in an interviews, or it could be a good exercise to practice your React skills. And there are a lot of ways to do this. I'm going to describe a very simple and naive way of solving this problem. And the problem actually is to your task is to create a user profile editing component, and the component should display user profile information and provide the ability to edit the different sections. And if we break down the requirements, we need to create a component of user profile, and this display, for the sake of the simplicity, we are only going to tackle name, email, and bio. And we need to display the edit button and save button and cancel button. And when user press a cancel button, it should revert to the original values, and when user press the save button, it should update the values. We are not going to handle any backend, so the save implementation of the backend is left behind, and only a cron React component would save the value in the state management. And initially, all sections should be in non-editable mode. This is how it is working in the React. I have implemented two components of user profile, describing you two ways of doing the same thing. And let's see, first of all, you click on an edit button. It quickly changes to an input field, and you can implement new values, or you can cancel it and it revert to the original value. But when you click again in the edit mode and you edit your new values and save, the values is updated and saved. Similarly, it happens to the Gmail as well. You can save that, and similarly you can do that in your user bio as well. You can cancel, you can add it back, and you can save the new values. Uh, and for same things are going to happen in another user profile component. And for that component, all you need to do, I created a second component for the same thing, and it is doing the same functionality. I just implemented two different kind of components to tell you two different ways of doing this. So let's get back to the code. In the app, I created a wait app using React template, and I remove all of the basic code, and in our app I just imported my two user profile components. First of all, let's take to your first component of user profile, and user profile number one component. Here we need to save few states, and our main state, which is holding the values, are these states, which is username, email, and bio. These are holding some initial values, and when we press on a save button, it goes to these variables. And we also holding three states of remembering that we are in an editable mode or non-editable mode. So whenever a user press an edit button, this variable is true respectively which field he wants to edit. And if when user press a cancel or save, it goes back to the false. Initially all these values are false, so user are in non-editable mode, and just user information is displayed. The next thing we are going to hold is the edited bio. So remember why we need these three states in user edited name, email, and bio. When user decide to cancel, it's all of the changes. So if we directly write the changes in our original values, the cancellation option is not available. So that's why we are holding these three states. And overall it gives us a 9 state variables to hold these information. I know the logic seems a bit complicated, but it is simple to implement and start with, and we are not handling any further breakdown components. So in the handle username edits, when user decide to edit something, or if first of all we check if we are in editable mode. So if we are not in editable mode, in the else condition we are simply enabling the editable mode. So if we are already in an editable mode, what we do is set is user in name editable to false. We go back to non-editable mode and we set their original value with the edited value. So we repeat this process for the user email, and we repeat the same process for the user bio. So in the displaying section, we do something in the user. We display that we are going to display the user profile. We created a horizontal line and we implemented a user ordered list. You can achieve the same functionality with the div. You can do whatever you like, but the logic implementation in the React and the JavaScript is that we first check if we are in editable state. So if we are in editable state, what we do, we display an input field, and inside the input field we implemented on change event. In the on change event, we set the user edited name to target.value. So whatever user types in, it goes to into our user edited name, edited email, and edited bio respectively. And the values are also the respective edited variable, state variable. So that's how we display the button. And in the text field, if user is in editable mode, we display the value of save, and if user is in non-editable mode, we display the text of edit. In the class name section, we make a check as well, and we change the classes accordingly, so that the color of the buttons are changed. In a save mode it is green, and in edit mode it is blue. So that's how we change the classes. We repeat this process for is user name editable, is user email editable, and is user bio editable. So we repeat the same process, and after this the logic is implemented, and that's how we change the cancellation process, the save process, and the edit process. As you may notice that there are a lot of repetition is going on. The edit component is same, so we can create a new field which is editable field. We can create an input field which is editable, and what we can do, we can push all of the displaying and editing handling logic to that editable field. And inside this editable field, what we are creating two state variables simply. None of the 9 state handling. We are just having two states. It is editing, or and what is the edited value. So simply two states could solve our problem, and we are just handling three events. And handle edit click. Whenever user click on the edit button, we are simply enabling the editing to true, and when user press a save click, we are emitting an event on save, which should be implemented outside in the parent component. And I'll show you how I implemented that. And I am passing the edited value, and after that I'm simply enabling the edited mode to false. And whenever user decided to cancel the editing process, what I'm going to do is I'm simply set edit value to the original value, which is passed as a prop. Here you can see the original value is passed as a prop, so I'm simply going back to that value. And when the user decided to cancel, I'm also disabling the editing mode by writing a false to that state, and I also emit a on cancel event. I can also handle that on cancel event in my main, or I can simply remove that from here. And inside the logic, this logic is very simple. For the HTML displaying, I'm simply displaying checking is it an editing mode, and if it is in editing mode, I'm just rendering an input and two buttons of save and cancel. But if it is not in editing mode, what I'm rendering, I'm simply rendering a span with the values, which is passed as a prop, and I'm simply rendering one button with the edit enabled. And inside that I'm just emitting a function handle edit click. So that serves my purpose. And if I go to a user profile section, what I'm doing here, I'm simply implementing three methods, which are handle name save, email save, and bio save. And I'm just setting these three variables, and I'm holding the three state variables as well. And inside this, I'm just using this editable field and providing the username, email, and bio. And whenever the on save event is happened, I'm just calling my parent handle name save method. So I can also implement an API call to send the editing data back to the server. So that's how the code simplicity, and you can see how simple the user profile component became, and all of the code repetition is omitted. So this that's how we can create, and our problem which we are tackling today is properly solved. So that's all for today's video. See you in the next one with another React problem. If you find another way of doing this and you implemented the logic better, and I guarantee there are a lot of other ways of doing this, which there are also ways which are more stable, popular, just leave a comment. I will review your code and see how you implemented this. If you find some bug in my code, just leave a comment and tell me how to correct or improve my code. Everything, suggestions are welcome. All comments are welcome. Thank you for watching.